And now we come to pretty much the Q&A session now. And if I get Stephen Friend back on the stage, so to speak, we will now answer your questions that came in and have this is sort of the equivalent of the round table. Unfortunately, when we're online, we can't get everyone talking around a table, which is also valuable. So next time, please come to the in-person ones. We can do a lot more of that stuff, which is always fun. But Stephen, I'll hand to you and you can take us and walk us through what we've got in questions. I bet we've got a few. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Grant. And yeah, just to encourage everybody that's attending, if you do have any further questions, please use that Q&A button down the bottom of your Zoom interface. Ask any further questions and we'll try and take the opportunity to answer them now. We do have a few here and I will just ask Murray to jump on. It might be a bit of a continuation of the Stump the Consultant, Murray.
Oh, sounds good to me. Yeah, let's go. How many more questions have we got here, Stephen?
We've got a couple here. I do have a couple as well that were raised by attendees during the registration process. So I will run through a few offline questions, but a couple of online questions firstly. What are the benefits of job costing versus bill of materials and work orders? Great question there.
That is a good question. I guess the answer to that is in the level of complexity. If you've got a discrete manufacturing process where each production process is producing a unique output or a unique item, then job costing is probably the better option for you to go to. Job costing also has other advantages like being able to raise purchase orders within the system, for the job, I should say. Obviously, quoting is a feature of job costing that's not available for BOMs and works orders. And if you've into milestone billing, then job costing has that functionality as well. And you can apply retentions against those milestone charges if that's applicable.
Just to add to that, Murray, of course, the other one is the ability to capture labour against jobs and job costing. So if your manufacturing process has a high percentage of labour versus material, you might want to capture the actual labour time consumed during the manufacturing process. So job costing can actually help you with that as well. I suppose just extending a little bit further, if your needs and pain points around manufacturing move more into the scheduling type side, the movement of product across the factory, the accurate costing of your manufacturing processes. There is also an add-on module for Exo called MYOB, which is a manufacturing specific module that integrates with Exo that provides that sort of extended functionality, MRP and those sorts of features. So that is something that you need to look at a little bit further. So you've kind of got bills of material with work orders, job costing being that sort of next step up if you really want to capture labour as well, or more MX if you want to look a little bit further in terms of the scheduling requirement or that MRP process, which can, of course, add so much value. Another question here, and I'll hit this one over to you, Murray. What is the most asked for custom feature that's not available in core Exo?
Wow, that is a good question. Just to fill in a little bit more detail around the MYOB stuff as well. So if you've got a high degree of variability in the components that you're using in your manufacturing process, MYOB is fantastic for that. You can switch out components and it'll show you how that would update not only in the production run, but it'll also show you how that will impact on future production runs as well, if you have them scheduled within the system. So most commonly asked for features within Exo. Well, there are some product suites that MYOB have deliberately chosen not to invest in because there's some really good alternatives on the market already. These solutions are you'll hear referred to as connected services. We've also warehouse management systems as one of the key ones. So where you've got a scanning solution, but also all the other functionality that goes with the warehouse management systems, your wave picking, your inventory control, that type of thing. So yeah, warehouse management systems. In addition to that, probably reporting and extended reporting functionality. We had Delphine asking us earlier about BI and Power BI. BI reporting tools is a common one. There is some products out there which integrate directly with Exo, which give it a much greater horsepower in terms of reporting tools. Talking about the likes of Focus Reporting, Alchemex, and of course Power BI. And another one would probably be automated supplier invoicing. So that's where your invoices are captured, scanned, and then presented to you for either approval and processing or amendments being made to that order, that invoice. Sorry. There's a couple of tools out there that are very good at that. VI Keyless is one. Data Line that Andrea at OBEX was talking about earlier would be another one of those.
Very good, Murray. Thank you for that. Just expanding upon warehouse management, I'd say with the percentage of inventory distribution clients that utilize Exo, it is one of the common areas where we see clients really focusing on how they can get some innovation around their inventory distribution processes, particularly where you do have multiple warehouses. That issue of how do I reduce my cost per pick? How do I really make that as efficient as possible is really key in terms for a lot of our customers. So warehouse management is one of those areas we see lots of clients asking for assistance with. We do have a number of good warehouse management systems such as Exo that talk to that requirement. Inventory planning would be that other one. We did talk to briefly net stock previously. That is, of course, one of the largest expenses, one of the largest items typically on our balance sheets. How do we manage that effectively? How do we reduce stock outs? It's a good way of optimizing that solution. But of course, it's also really important that you maximize the value you are getting out of Exo. We do have some good purchasing processes within Exo, forecast-based purchasing, that can really be customized around your specific requirements. So if you have some pain points around that, really need to get some better granularity around your purchasing processes, reach out to your business partner for further information. And I think that's it in terms of questions. Grant, at that point, we're going to hand it over to you. And I actually think we're almost spot on for time. How's that?
We are so bang on for time, it's not funny. That's really good, isn't it? And yeah, so folks, if there's no more questions, it looks like we've answered a lot. And of course, there's a lot of content that goes on in the session. So hopefully you've got thousands of notes to run away with and talk to your consultancy about all the add-ons, all the great ideas, the upgrades, all the possibilities, right? So yeah, thanks to Murray and Steve there finishing off, and thank you both so much for the great contributions as always to the sessions and user groups. So yeah, so that brings us to an end. There is a Q&A, there is a feedback which you can scan the QR code and give us some feedback. We'd really love your feedback about what you thought of the session, how we can improve, what you'd like to see if you didn't see what you thought you could see or wanted to see today. But yes, please let us know, because we just want to get better. It's all about you, the users of the product, and making your life better, more efficient, but more importantly, embracing change through innovation, which was today's theme. So yeah, thank everyone, Kamaya, TJ, Brent, Steve, Victor. I better stop there. I'll forget someone, and then one person will be offended. And thanks to Kilimanjaro as our sponsor, and Ronnie for his opening, and Jason Fegan, his great presentation as well. So we hope to see you next time. And if you can register online if you can register to come in person, and you're still welcome to come online, of course, I would love to see you in the in-person seminars, where we can just be that much more rich in content and interaction and networking. And Ronnie, would you like to close us out, since you are our major sponsor, sir? Love to hear a few words and let us go. And you can see there the feedback form is in front of you now, I think, as people leave. So Ronnie, over to you.
Thanks, Grant. And as you said, probably best not to start mentioning names, but a lot of people are involved in producing this. It's not an easy exercise. So thank you to everybody that's done that. Thank you to the presenters today. And I hope that everybody online listening and watching has derived great value from it. And as Grant said, please complete the feedback forms to enable us to make it even better next time around. Thanks, Grant.
Perfect. Thanks, Ronnie. And how did I ever forget the producers themselves that sit in the control room and make this happen, let alone the 6 months of work to bring it here. So thanks for mentioning that. All right, folks, have a good afternoon, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.